Hello. So I received an email from you the other day. I think it was about a blog about your emotions and how it really affects a dog or how with training. Can you explain a little bit like what it was about?
Well, I came up to that because I've been hearing so many situations on dogs, skin situation, stomach situations, and a lot of things. And I see that the they start changing foods, giving special foods, doing this, doing so many things, And I remember years ago, I'm 67, when I was like 16, I used to work with a vet that he had like I don't know how you could call it. It's like he could see a horse, a dog, and could immediately tell me he had that telepathic power, I would say.
Yeah.
Energy, let's put it that way. I don't know. And he would turn around and tell me, Ceci, you see this horse? This horse is going through some type of stress. And sometimes it happens because the owners are projecting it into them. Their own stress, they can project it into the animal. And he started explaining me all about this, and we would go and check on dogs and things like that. Like when people, he would say, when people overdo it with dogs, that they get so worried. Oh, he's got this condition. Oh, he's got this condition, and the person feels that the dog get that vibration, get that energy. And I believe in energy. Let's put it that way. So at that time, I didn't make any research. But then, as time has gone by, and I do remember also my trainer, my horse trainer, who would also tell me the same thing. If you're in a bad mood, don't get in the horse. If something happened to you today that your mind is off and your energy is not there correctly, don't get on the horse. It won't be worthwhile, and you're going to ruin the whole lesson. And I said, okay. So, I would say, okay, I'll write tomorrow. And it's true. Nowadays, I can see it very much. I can see people with having dogs with allergies and things like that, and problems with the stomach, and they talk all about this. And then I say, my God, I've got all of these dogs here in my house. We've got like 30 dogs,
Yeah.
and all. None have any stomach problems. None have any skin or cold problems.
No, they don't.
They don't have any type of fungus. They're loose.
Mm-hmm.
They're living in their nature. But nobody is really interfering with their energy all the time on top of them and oh, what's happening? Oh, the worry thing.
Right.
You see? I started making a research, and to my surprise, it's scientifically proven.
Wow.
It is. It is scientifically proven. So, if I've known of trainers, of good trainers, that have told me, look, Ceci, if a client comes here and I see that his attitude is on a negative, I tell them, go back home, we'll train another day. And I say, you're a good trainer, Because,
Right.
And he says, I have felt it too. From the years that I've been training, I can tell when a person is not up to be training that day. That energy is transferred to the dog. And that energy, dogs have more sense of the energy that we have than you realizing my energy. I have a very high sense of energy.
Right.
I do. I was born with that, And I can look at a dog and I said, today is not the day to train. He's not on the mood for it. He's not going to learn anything.
Right.
And you have to know about that.
Right.
And for me, that's fascinating.
Well, I actually, my mother-in-law had a beagle. I know it's not a German Shepherd, but it's a
No,
beagle.
it's a dog. It's a dog.
And every time we would go visit, the dog was losing his hair. I'm like, what is going on? She's like, oh, well, I've got him on this, and this. So I'm like, okay.
And you told me also that she used to hand feed him. And
Oh,
everything.
yes, because he didn't want to eat when other people are around. So she would literally get on the floor and hand feed him.
Uh-huh.
Well, I watched him for about a month or so.
Okay.
Brought him home, and she's like, make sure you give him this for his allergy, this and this and this. You know what I did?
You threw
Nothing.
Away. You threw away the
I didn't
medicine.
throw it away, but when I did give her back, you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
he didn't. She's like, how do you get all his hair back? I said, because I didn't give him any of this stuff. And I think she's a true believer after that. The more you baby them,
Yes. The more
you feed into it.
You feed into it.
Mhm.
That's the thing. You're so worried about, oh, he didn't eat well today.
Right.
He didn't eat, don't.
Yep. Well,
Just take the food away. You know, that's
try
it.
again later
We'll
or try again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
don't complicate yourself. I
Right.
had the same situation here. Years ago, I remember a person bought a puppy from me, you know, and she was fine. And when she was like 16 or 18 months, he called me. He says, oh, I have this terrible skin conditions and allergies and blah, blah, blah. I said, really? Yes, I am going out for a trip. I need to leave her with you. I'll take you all the medicines and everything. And I said, oh, okay. In fact, you know, I do have her mother here, and I have one of her siblings here that I kept for myself on my breeding program. Yeah, bring her. So she brought the dog. First thing I saw on the dog was like no peppiness, no happiness.
Kind of like depressed, maybe?
We could call it depressed, or we could call it
Low energy.
low energy, that he wasn't enthusiastic about anything. And the mother and the brother, which are loose back there, were hell raising, you know? So he gave me this full bag of medicines and this special food. And I said, you can keep it. And I said, and then, no, you have to give this every day and this in the afternoon and this.
Oh, boy.
I said, oh my God. So I said, okay. So I took the dog, I put it back there in the paddock with his mother and his sibling, you know. They started playing. They got full of mud. They got full of sand. I fed him the same food that we have here. Sure, we do have a good quality food, and as usual, we use the fish oil and the red cell and everything that we use. You know, and he was eating that. No diarrhea, no problem. He came after 3 weeks and looked at the dog and said, "What did you do?" I said, "Absolutely nothing. Just let him be a dog." I allowed him to be a dog. You know, if you train, you're frustrating the dog. You need sometimes. I remember my horse trainer. Okay, we're gonna stop jumping. No more jumping for a month. We're gonna go to the beach. We're gonna do barrel racing. We're gonna do all of these other sports that the horse. We're gonna take him out of that. And definitely, after the month of that break, he was jumping the sky.
Really?
Yes, I could see his attitude for the jumps and everything. And the dogs are the same. If you're on a dog, train. You don't let him be a dog once in a while. Go to the beach, play with the ball, do other things with him, you know. Maybe
Right.
do some agility, do different things with him, you know. They can go into that mood again. And I'm not talking about separation anxiety or anything like that. That's another thing.
Yeah.
I'm talking their inner energy. It's their inner energy, how they can grab it from us when we are very depressed, or we are angry, or we are overly too much on top of them. They grab it. And that's where most of the problems come. But veterinarians cannot do anything about it, really. They have to give the medication because the
They're
dog
gonna
came
treat
here
that,
with the
yep.
problem of the allergy of the problem. But truly, I do believe that at that moment, you should take a decision. If none of this is working, you know, and their stomach it's having problems, and there's no parasites, and I did the culture and everything is fine, it's like us. When we go into stress, we do get problems. We lose hair.
That's right.
So it was very interesting, and I really liked all the studies they've done on it, and it's proven that it is like that. So that's how I decided to make a blog and to share it.
And I think this is going to help a lot of people. And I like how you said when you take them to the vet and you get all those tests done first to make sure nothing is wrong with that dog before you decide, like, hey, maybe it's us. You know, maybe it's, you know, our
I mean,
energy.
it can happen.
Right.
Medically, definitely, you can have problems, definitely.
Right.
But
that's why
I
you get
take-
the test.
I take as an example, What do we do with our dogs? Do we ever bathe them? No, we never bathe them. Today they got their nails clipped. Okay, they got their ears done. Okay,
Yeah.
but we never bathe them.
No.
Sometimes they get a little bit brushed or everything, but they're out there.
Yeah.
And anybody can come and I can show them.
Right.
And everybody asks me, what do you do? What do you feed them? What
Yeah.
do you, because their coat is shiny, everything is beautiful.
Yep.
And all of them, there's nothing, no problem, no skin problem. Why? Because we're not on top of them, on top of them, on top of them.
We're letting them be dogs.
And letting them be dogs too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was very interesting to do this.